What up? It's your boy MCPM. Flipping that cat mob. How's everyone doing? Let's go Mets. For real. So, I want to say something before I do the prediction blog. Two things that have particularly bothered me. I'm just going to add them out. One is we got to stop, and I'm guilty of it too. We got to stop in these battle rap forums pretending that we're all battle rappers and start showing a little more respect, especially to the female members. It's just it's bad luck. And two, I watched WD5 live back in August. I didn't miss it, watched it, but I missed a couple of things. John, the non-Don focused on in the second round, and he's just terrible and trite and recycled, and the fact that in that second round he relied heavily on Sharon's autism, which I thought very bravely disclosed. Granted, it was part of a tactic, but it was a battle against that stay. And then the whole Laura Tarsi thing, which we all know, if anyone knows anything, is all fucking fiction. She happened to be a very nice woman. Period. End of story. I've interacted with her many times. She's donated to a charity for my son who has autism. I really hated John before that. Looking back at it a second, it's just trash. But let's move on to bigger, better things. I want to start off just off the top. Big K Caustic is going to be fantastic. I saw a tweet from Big K. It was kind of funny. He's like, well, what are you going to do? He's like, he's going to talk about how fat I am. I'm going to talk about how big his nose is. But I think what's really going to be interesting about it is that, I think there is a level of respect there. And I think there might even be a level of friendship there. So I don't think that we will see any Jefferson Price moments by Caustic. I just don't. I think that there's enough of mutual respect. But that said, Caustic is more willing to go for the jugular, personal wise. Big K skews the fuck out of him. People were talking to him about being a little generic, and he's like skews the fuck out of me for actually rapping. I mean, I feel him on that. But he's been on a streak. He is one of the most dynamic forces in battle rap today. So I think that it'll be a great battle. I think that Caustic is a formidable opponent. I think Caustic will go more personal than K will do. But I think K will win. But I don't think it'll be a body or a 3-0. I think it'll be a 2-1. And then the next one that I'm hold up here, trying to pay attention to the Mets score at the same time. Call this multitasking, I suppose. The pass battle, I'm very excited for. He did amazing. And the last battle I saw him in, I think he's been doing great. Alright, so Pass v. Arsenal, I'm very excited about, because Arsenal is one of my least favorite top tier battlers. Pass has been doing very well. Arsenal just got ran out of fucking by Frost and them. That club down in Florida, like a little bitch. I'm sick of his attitude, the hoverboarding. Um, I rewatched his WD5 battle, and it was actually once I went back and looked at it a little more objectively, I realized that part of his appeal is his ability to grab onto a topic, a personal topic, and just keep going and keep going and keep going. I don't like him, but I did see that he performed pretty well, performance-wise. I thought Shadi was fucking fire. If Arsenal comes like he did at WD5 and Pass comes like he did at WD5, it's gonna be fucking lights out. Pass. Pass is on point, which or a little more low key, which can be from him. Arsenal's energy can really take over. But I'm gonna call this 2-1, 2-1 Pass. Daylight VQP. I'm gonna show a little bit of ignorance right now, but I believe, the only battle that I've watched QP in was the one where Solcon brought out his police files, or lack thereof. And so that's always colored my and completely obliterated him because of it. And I think it's always colored my perception of QP. Daylight, I am a convert on Daylight, I must say. Not a full convert, but I think he's done some very interesting things, both musically and in the battle ring, including the Superman v Batman battle. He performed stellarly, or damn near stellarly, against a legend in Iron Solomon, who came out fucking there to defend his legacy and his legend. I think did a damn good job at it. He's on point, but Daylight did not falter at all. So I want to go Daylight big time here. Might be a 3-0, but I'll admit that part of mine is colored by the fact that I don't know as much about QP as I should. Fresco v. Thesaurus is going to be awesome, despite the fact that Fresco blocked me on Facebook for telling him that he was my spirit animal. It's true. That's what happened. It's a longer story, but so I've been less up to date on him, but he's great. I really like him a lot. I think that his attitude, his cockiness, his clear delivery, his cleverness, are all fantastic. His anti-feminism and his inability to see other people's side in an argument or downfalls, but I don't think those will hurt him in this stage. But the source is not losing any fucking steam. I've had some frustrating exchanges with him vis-a-vis battling Lex, Alex Braga. But he's still, I mean, of course I wouldn't color his performance in my view of him, because he's a legend, and I think he's going to be very witty. I also think he's going to do a very good job of making fun of Fresco. This is going to be, I think that's going to be like jokey, but not like jokey hokey. I think they're both going to be able to do a really good job of making fun of each other. And I think the battle is going to go to the person who makes fun of the other person best. And I think the Thesaurus might be able to do it. So I think I'm gonna edge that battle to the source, but I don't expect it to be a landslide. Dirtbag Dan versus DNA. Unfortunately, we're seeing this battle where neither of them are in their prime. Dirtbag Dan has been really entertaining in the commentary in his show. But before that, I saw some battles where he was really phoning it in. And I'm hoping that's not where he's at. DNA, I read basically someone had gone through his battle to put together a template for like how to write a DNA battle, and it was so on point. It was basically like, well, you said this, so then you said this, and then I said this, and then Gumbar, something, sports reference. I don't know. To think of just looking back at it, remember how big DNA versus Disaster was, and how perfect sense that battle made to everyone, and then the trajectory of where those individuals' careers have gone. I think Disaster obviously had the year with KOTD where he was not in play, but he is still on an upward rise, and DNA is stagnated. I hope Dirtbag Dan comes humorous. I hope he comes polished. I hope he comes prepared. And he does all those things, so no problem with DNA. But if he's kind of like phoning it in, I think there might be some real animus there, though. So I think maybe we'll see him a little fucking fired up. Won't take mushrooms for this one. So that'll be good. Although that was interesting too. To experience. I think it's more interesting to hear him talk about doing it than actual watching him battle on it, but it was crazy. For the rest of them, I'm gonna leave the Reverse Live, the only one, Lucifer, the Madflex, and the Fractured Coma. I'm gonna leave the opinions on those to the experts, because I'm not expert in any of those six. In fact, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna leave it at that. But anyway, on a more important note, let's go Mets. Let's go fucking Cat Mob. Shouts to KOTD, shouts to Organic, shouts to Gully, shouts to Steffi, shouts to Lush, Leviathan, everyone doing their thing for KOTD out on the West Coast. It's been a great run, you guys. Keep bringing us quality fucking events. Shout out to Cardines, Cat Mob Boss. I ran my first $20 Taco Bell gift card competition in Cat Mob a couple of weeks back. I might be doing something similar in preparation for Back to Basics, where I challenge MCs to put together their best bars based on random rhyming fucking quadruple shit that comes into my head on the train into the city in the morning. That was fun. I hope you had who's the guy that won? Whoever, nice kid. Hope you had like fucking 20 chicken salt tacos and then didn't have diarrhea. So word out, peace out, one love. So last but not least, Ganache v Disaster. Disaster's gonna win. I think it'll be 2-1. I think that Disaster's one of the top 5 battles in the world. I don't know if he's on my top 5 personal list, but I think he's there. Some of the shit he did at World Domination 5 was incredible. And so that shows me he is in his prime still. Ganache is really, really fucking good, and I'm so excited that he is a battler and that there are more people like him rising up the ranks. I think in 2 years, I would say Ganache either win or it would be a lot closer. I think Disaster's going to talk down to him, and he's going to do it very effectively. Ganache is going to come with great bars. They have been compared to each other at times, but I think the differences will really be evident during this battle in terms of crowd control, in terms of speed. I'm giving both of those to Disaster, and in terms of just fucking Disaster's gonna be like, you're my fucking son. I created you. You're a fucking speck of dust. And he's gonna say it like, a lot more elaborately than that, and it's gonna sound really good. I think Ganache will take a round, just because he's really fucking good. And props to him, and I hope that this is the beginning of great things for him in terms of matchups. Some of those bodies were like, watching a fucking tiger wrestle a bunny. So, I'd like to see some of his bodies in the future be with more formidable opponents, but he's awesome. Alright, so I left that one out, but that's really a wrap now. Peace out. Let's go, man. Back to basics. Peace.